Hey, hello, it's recording. That's great. So I want to do a little show to continue from last week's where someone kindly reminded me that that quote that I did a show on, apparently he says it's not from Gurdjieff. So he told me where it was from, and it kind of is from Gurdjieff because it was Gurdjieff giving the quote about meditating with the devil to his daughter. Everything's wobbling. Was a quote given to his daughter. So that quote is from Gurdjieff, but it's just not in his writings as such. Though Gurdjieff talks about the devil in lots of his writings and lots of his lectures and talks with people. And I found it quite interesting that people are, how to put it, they're looking at what to do with the dark forces, how to face the dark forces, how to, we're supposed to be walking with the light, walking with Christ or Krishna or Buddha, whoever it is your light bearer or an archangel. And obviously the devil will come in and try to intervene, but we should still walk with him and try to show him the path of light and not let his darkened heart blacken our own. And it reminded me of what Gurdjieff was saying when he first started doing this work. I'm just going to look at my little notebook here because I want to make sure that I get this right. So he's reminding us that in all our relationships, including our relationship with the devil, we should always consider that other person, which is why that quote is still relevant, whether it's in his books or he gave it to his daughter. What is our relationships with other people or beings or whatever, animals? And I want to remind people that when Mr. Gurdjieff went off on his path, the reason he started considering all and everything was because he was coming to the realization that he wanted to know what his purpose and aim was in life. And that's what I want this to be about. What is the purpose and aim in your life? Are you here to cause trouble? Or are you here to try and find your way back to the light? Or are you just a lost soul like so many of us are? So working out what our purpose and aims are is very important. And I've got here, well, like saying this is something we should be asking ourselves. It should be a burning question within ourselves. We need to look at the word question, begins with the word quest, and we should be going on a quest. We're on a quest to find ourselves, get to know ourselves, and get to know all and everything around us. A quest to know this world and your place in it, which is all part of your aim and purpose. It's not important at this stage to know what other people's quests and aims are. Other people could be, or purposes and aims are, everybody should be doing their own thing. We all want to save the world. We all want to help everybody else. It's so easy to look at other people's quests and aims and purposes, or look at what other people are doing, and that's, we consider wrong. I'm sure many people look at us, or definitely with me, I know a lot of people see that I'm not doing what they would like me to do. I don't follow the rat race and follow what we're instructed to do by our peers. In fact, I've got a little thing here about all that. Many people have their own aims and purposes, but usually they are egotistical or illusions or delusions of what they want their life to be. What we want our lives to be is put on us by our peers, by media, by what we watch on TV and such like, should all be attaining to that dream of a perfect life. But their idea of a perfect life is probably very different from that of an awakened person's life. Obviously, these dreams and ideas most people go for are still part of the mechanical way of life, even though they think they're free. We all know that we're not. We're all waking up. And and a lot of people try to reach their aims and purposes. They tread on a lot of toes. Gurdjieff wanted to know what the purpose and aim of his life is. It might not have been the purpose and aim of what his peers wanted him for him. And let's face it, our own peers. They try to set up purposes and aims for us throughout our lives. They try to create an aim and purpose for us. Others always think that they know what is best for us. By walking this path, you find out what is best for you. So this is all part of doing the Gurdjieff work. By walking this path, you're aiming to find your aims and your purposes. But we've got to remember, these people that are trying to set you off on their idealized path for you may not be the right path for you. The path you should be doing when you're following the Gurdjieff work is to walk along a path that will help you to discover the real you, the real I inside you, not the you that the others are trying to manipulate you into becoming, which usually suits their agendas. Actually, I should be talking up there, the camera's up there. So how do you release yourself from all this conditioning? You know, how are we releasing ourselves from the conditioning that the mechanical world is putting upon us so that we can then find our own aims and purposes? Well, that could be one of your aims, to get yourself onto a path to find your true purpose. I can see myself, and I feel sometimes there are a lot of distractions and rabbit holes to fall down, and I'm seeing a lot of people still are falling down some very deep rabbit holes. So this is why the Gurdjieff exercises are important in your development. Once one starts practicing them as often as one can, one will begin to change and become more aware and work towards one's true purpose. You know, as one begins to change and become more aware, your aim will become clearer, which will lead you to the purpose of your life. Doing the work towards one true purpose, this begins to take over, and you can do this. You are worth it. Climb the ladder, as they say. And I thought I'd have a little bit of fun after this little talk. I always ask Mr. Gurdjieff before I do these shows, what does he want me to pass on, and if he can help direct me. So I've got my All and Everything here by Gurdjieff, and I'm just going to do one of those just random pages. I'm just going to pick a page, and for some reason the number 11's in my mind, so I'm going to pick up any old page and go to line 11. Picked a page. Line 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. When we were all seated on the floor in the said section of the cave, the venerable Haji Asvat said, among other things, that during the period of his investigations, he and his friend, the dervish Kabbalah Aziz Nuran, had also occasion to study very thoroughly all the theories existing on the earth about vibrations made at any time by serious terrestrial scientists. I wonder what that could mean for us, something to ponder upon. You know, we are seated kind of in the cave of this mechanical world, or the mechanical side of the world, and we're trying to break through into the real world. And it is obviously important to investigate what is still going on in the real world. That's why I did that little show about what's his name, Noah Harari's book, and I'm going to try and do one on his latest book, Nexus, soon, because it's always good to look at the agendas of other teams or societies, brotherhoods, whatever, New World Order, to see what is being planned so that we can make sure that we don't get caught up in their mechanical ways, and instead start following our own path so that we can work upon ourselves to wake up. So that is my message for today's show, and I thank you all for listening and watching, and I thank those that pressed the thank you button. That's very kind of you all, praise be. And my aim and purpose is to continue to work on the Gurdjieff work and try my best to wake up and find my purpose and aim in life. Peace and love to one and all.